Good morning. I wanted to make a quick video this morning. We've got a lot to do today. Checking out of the hotel, which is going to be a conundrum in itself. We're going to have to kind of reorganize our stuff, get the cart put back together because whenever we traveled, when we did, we had to kind of take it apart to be able to fit it into a vehicle. I'm going to look into a couple different avenues as far as like transportation. I know that a train is going to cost probably over $1,000. Can't get a rental car. A bus ticket through like Greyhound or Jefferson Lines, that would actually take us about 37 hours to get to actually where we need to go, and it would jut us out through two other states, and then back up through two other states, and then finally to our destination. And there was like I said, that's 37 hours. It's over 2 days. Well, right at 2 days of traveling, and there's a lot of transfers and stuff, so it would not even it would not be feasible. I mean, it would be, but it would be super expensive. It would cost about just $400 just to get the tickets, and that's not including paying for extra baggage because we have, all of our belongings. So you're looking at, a Greyhound possibly costing around $600 to $800, depending, you know what I mean? And that was just the rate for yesterday. If you're not familiar with rates and how they do, especially like plane tickets and bus fares and stuff, that stuff fluctuates just because of the day it is. So sometimes I can get a bus ticket a week out, a week from today, and it might be a little cheaper. I'm gonna take a sip of this hot coffee. But the reason I wanted to talk about this is because when you live like we're living, we have a lot of things to take into consideration, a lot of things to keep in our head as we're doing this. For one, the main priority for when we are moving and we're like getting things together is the safety of the dogs. Making sure that they have what they need, but also not putting them in a situation to where they're overworked or overwhelmed, right along with ourselves, making sure that we're not overwhelmed or overworked. And I try to, I kind of preach on this, I harp on this, keeping our minds right, keeping that mind in with the momentum to move forward in the drive, to keep going. And a lot of the times what happens is those little incremental things that come into our life that kind of hinder us or hold us back, or once again those hurdles and speed bumps that I talk about. I'm hoping that by this morning, and as the morning progresses here, I'm able to have a fluctuation in what I can do. I'm hoping that I can have a couple options. I did speak to a couple people that are local here and said, hey, would there be a chance that if I paid, like if you knew somebody that I could pay to drive us a few hours? Everybody needs money nowadays, and I figured, if I had a little bit of cash that I could say, hey, here, take us, drive us. And there's things to consider in that too. So I don't really know exactly what's going to play out today. That's why I wanted to get a video out today, because I don't know. We do have to check out. And even with us checking out, see, here's something. I got another night. I had to. The severe thunderstorms coming through, and everything is just wet. That makes it hard too. I don't foresee anything in the forecast, but you can wait 15 minutes and the weather changes. So that is something else that you got to take into consideration when you're moving all your personal belongings, and the only coverage that you have out of rain or even other inclement weather is a tarp. And when you have and live in a situation like we have, and you only have so much, the things that you do have, you try to hold on to, because it's all you got. when I came to the resolute decision that, you know, the rental car is out the door. The only way that would be possible is if I open up a credit card that has my name on it, which would take weeks and maybe even months to get an actual credit card with my name on it. And then ultimately, inevitably, I'm gaining debt from that. So, because I would have to have that credit card, I'd have to make that payment, and then I would have to make the payment to the credit card company. That's not something that I do. That's not something I want to do. Moving forward, we've had to, once again, kind of open up a line of trust with certain people, a couple people specifically. I don't want to name, but you know, when you don't have that cohesion of having people to turn to and people to hold you accountable and people to kind of turn to, which we do. We have people we can turn to. There's people that we can kind of count on, so to speak. But this is not easy, you all. There's a lot that goes into this. This is not easy. And I'm telling you this because we have to make sure that everything we do, every decision that we make, every step that we take has to be very calculated. You know, I don't want to say calculated risk, but it's when we're making decisions, we are taking risks. We're taking chances. We're doing this. We're doing that, and we have to understand that things can go wrong, and that's where we have to stay level-headed. We got to keep our mindset right, because when those things do occur and they come at us, we can't allow that to affect the momentum. Can't let that affect the drive. And I'm hoping that, you know, things play out and are shown and given to us. A lot of the times, just by sitting down and thinking about something and processing it, you can kind of check off some of those boxes just by saying, all right, well, if I do this, I can say and wipe that off. Sometimes you even have to do things that you don't want to necessarily do, as far as like, you know, I might come across somebody that I may not like the choices that they make and the things that they do in their own life. But to get where I need to be and to be able to achieve what I need to achieve, sometimes you have to endure those, you know, pet peeves, so to speak. Coffee's good here. They have it all available at all times. Breakfast is going on right now, but there's a lot of like workers and stuff that are like trying to get ready for the day. So I figured I'd let them get their food and get their breakfast in and get their coffee, and let them get on out to work. I wish I was going with them. You know, I hate to even ask one guy, but he was like, "No, with our company, there's the whole paperwork rigmarole." But it was a nice night last night. We just pretty much kind of spent it with ourselves. We kind of wanted to take time for ourselves once again. I didn't put out a video. I mean, I did, but that was pre-recorded. And everybody, I talked about a few things in that video. If you didn't quite understand, I want to hit on it, and then I'm going to end this video. Networking is key in vast amounts of part of our life, you know. And when we network, we're like, once again, like I said, we're able to plug in to certain opportunities and certain things that could come our way. I love you all. I hope to get more videos out today, but with what we're going through and not being able to expose ourselves too much to our location, it may be hard to put out videos being out and about. So I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon.